Welcome to Spiritual Healing with Sarah Love. I'd like to welcome you back and thank you for coming and sharing with me this love. Today, I'd like to talk further. Everything that I've been bringing is something pertaining to how to heal yourself. After you've gotten a whooping and you've learned the lesson and you don't want to do that no more, and you made your apologies clear to the Most High God, and you begin to make those changes. You're changing who you are within to be the best person you could be. You're not going to ever do anything to harm anyone ever again. You're going to function with love. Then you move on to you end up being alone. A lot of times it's the time where you get to know the Most High God. You end up being alone a lot of times. After you went through the dark night of the soul, where your soul was hurt for the things that you did, and you ready to make a change, then you're gonna move on to the next process, which is you end up being alone and you get to know God. And you talk to Him and you pray and you ask for the things that you might want to help you move on in life, to help heal you. And then you do your meditation, whereas you make sure that you have the mind to be able to listen to God. Not always talking. Now you can listen. The next step from there is you're listening, and you've made the separation. You've separated yourself from the people that help move you in a bad direction or whatever. You made that separation. Now you're doing the meditation and the prayer and talking to the Most High God. You're becoming a whole, balanced, healed person again. You should never be seeking to become whole when you connect with a woman or man. How you become whole is that you connect with the Most High God and you begin to heal the trauma or anything that you need to deal with pertaining to yourself. And that's how you become whole again. And really, you're not ready to take on any relationships until you have done that. Because if you go on into a relationship with your trauma, you're going to bring that into the relationship. And most of the time, that's what happens. You get a lesson through the relationships, and they end up in divorce. Because the two people haven't become whole on their own with them making their connection with the Most High God. Now, after you've done that work and you've made your connection with God, now you got to become valuable to the Most High God. What are you going to do to become valuable to the Most High God? Because when you become valuable, then you get that high level of protection that I was telling you about. That very high level of protection. Because when God needs you to do something, then and you've already started the process of doing it. You can't be nonchalant about whatever His instructions for you to do, or you will end up like Jonah, getting thrown from the boat. stuff will start happening to you, and then you got to look at it and say, oh, okay, I ain't doing what he was instructing me to do this. So you got to go forward and begin making moves and doing those things that he wants you to do. Sometimes, like I said, after you become valuable, then your level of protection comes up to here. When he needs you to do something and you've begun doing it, showing him that I'm gonna do what you want me to do, then he's gonna protect you. Now, sometimes that protection involves too that he may bring certain people into your life. He may bring you a partner. But again, your discernment got to be up here. You got to be able to discern who is who, because there was a scripture that said when the angel of God the messenger of God was expecting someone to bring a message to them, and who showed up with him? The devil showed up too. So you got to have your discernment together to be able to identify who is who. And once you connect into the Most High God, He's gonna show you. You will know. He's gonna reveal it some way, somehow. He will reveal to you. Once you become His servant and you doing what you told to do, and He know you gonna do what He wants you to do, oh, He gonna make sure you clear. Because if you go in the wrong direction, it ain't gonna work out. If you start seeing stuff fall apart, nah, this ain't for me. This ain't working out smooth. This is not for me. So sometimes, again, you're sent a partner, and that's what your mission is. And this is how you get into relationships at this point. Relationships at this point, we need to consider that they need to be purposeful, because most other relationships ain't working. A lot of the relationships are not working, or they're really just for growth's sake. You get in a relationship with somebody, but you learn some lessons, and then you figure out, okay, I needed to learn them lessons. And that's what relationships end up being. Stepping stones to teach you lessons. Like when a child burn their hand or something, they find out that the stove is hot, and they don't never do that ever again once they burn their hand. This is how God teaches us these lessons. You gonna get your hand burnt. If it ain't for you, you gonna get your hand burnt. So at this point, relationships should be becoming purposeful. And then they should always be a give and take. It should never be one-sided. Cooking, cleaning, all of those things, those are life skills. That's not woman's work. You want your woman to go to work, don't you? Then life skills is for both of y'all. And men have to really gravitate to that now. To realize, my sister was telling me something, and it made sense. And I heard a man even testify to it. That There's been so many broken homes and relationships where the woman is doing everything. She's cooking, cleaning, going to work, she's doing everything. She's carrying it all by herself. And you end up coming up short a lot of times because it's meant to be a two-parent home. So with the children growing up seeing women doing everything, especially the boys, they think that's a normal thing. They become used to mom do it all. And it's not fair and it's not balanced. And what's happening in this day and time, and I'm listening to a lot of videos now on TikTok and YouTube, and women is like, nah, I can stay single. If it ain't gonna be balanced, I had my child once told me, she said, they always talk about why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free. My daughter told me, why buy a pig when you get for a little sausage? Why buy a pig just to get a little sausage? And that's what it's coming to in this day and time. It ain't that serious no more. So everybody got to know that it's a give and take. In order for relationships to work, there has to be a give and take. And then they have to be purposeful. If they're purposeful, meaning y'all coming together to do something for the Most High. You're coming together to do something to make the world a better place. Then you have a charge that helps hold you together. It just ain't about you and your family. It's about for the whole world. So with that, I'm sending you love and light, and most of all, healing.